This question is asked again and again. It has been asked 2 to 3 times. You should know that. This Barnard functions of executive rejected social in the study of organization. Injected social. Are you able to understand? Except taxonomy, you understand. That is how we have to write. What is two-dimensional? Yes. Taxonomy is just a framework. Right. So you have to write about program and non-degree to which decision are programmed and non-programmed. It is rationality, let's say, कि program decision, rationality can be achieved, non-program, so less rationality, there can be more bounded rationality. So this. The synthesis part we have showed you, how he tried to combine etc. like this. So that can be considered. There are at times questions asked like related to is administrative man and economic man. Do you have question paper? Yes. Yes, in 20 they ask question, I guess it is not given yet. Yes, administrative man bridges the psychological man and rational man. Bridges the psychological man and economic man. Yes, this question. Rational man means economic man. What you write? It's a straightforward question. Psychological man is social man. Rational man is you compare it? No. You can compare and write on this. Then they have asked question related to features of characters. Three features characterize Simon's original view of bounded rationality. Search for alternatives, satisficing, and aspiration adaptation. 2012. Search for alternative. What is this? Search for alternative means? Yes, different choices, and let's say that you're reaching to a rational choice. Then satisficing, already you know that. Aspiration adaptation may what you will write? What is aspiration adaptation? Aspirational adaptation is related to human behavior. Since he was talking about behavioral approach, The people in organization, let's we'll find this. People in organization, unlike classical approach that talks that people are mechanical. Mechanical in the sense that their aspiration is more about getting influenced by economic factor you can consider only. But in behavioral factor, people aspiration will change as per changes in, let's say, organization. There will be change in aspiration of people as per changes in organization and situation we can consider this. Same thing related to decision making also, let's say, when people take decision, the decision is not simply, let's say, they take economic rational decision, rather it is satisficing decision. The satisficing decision is aspirational adoption in the sense that they take even good enough decision, not necessarily the best decision. So that way it can be explained, this question. Then Simon's work had major implication for study of public administration and the practice of public administration professionalism. Simon's work has had major implications for the study of public administration and the practice of public administration professionalism. What it had major implication on the study of public administration? Yes, so that part you can write, system theory, public policy, this and that we have written. Then it says that it's also in practice, public administration professionalism, how it promotes professionalism. Yes, so it promotes fact-based decision making. The fact-based decision making demands expertise. It demands expertise, fact-based decision making. What we have mentioned, artificial intelligence, information communication technology, all these things demand that those who take decision, they should be professional. Professional means having expertise in their respective areas. Then they will be able to take decision. Who is precision engineering? The precision engineering demands rationality, professionalism, not unprofessional aspect. Morbi bridge collapse. So why collapse होता है? Lack of professionalism, lack of precision engineering. जिन्होंने बनाया, जिन्होंने रिपेयर किया, उन्होंने बोला उसी दिन, एक दिन पहले बोला था. 10 साल तक सोचना नहीं है. 10 दिन भी नहीं लगा, सोचना पड़ गया. तो इंडिया में प्रोफेशनलिज्म कैसे होता है? विच आई से जनरली राइट. बिना ब्रिज कोलैप्स नहीं करता है तो टेंशन होता है, क्यों नहीं किया? इसलिए वो बना ही था कोलैप्स करने के लिए, तो कोलैप्स नहीं हुआ तो वो टेंशन में है कि अरे अभी तक ये गिरा ही नहीं. Anyhow, so professionals, let's say, we lack professionals. It demands professionalism. That was the question. So that is how you should try to solve such questions. Have you bought this? अब तो मिल रहा होगा मार्केट में. New edition, right? Then there are two more questions which we have not dealt so far. I just simply avoided in case of Chester Barnard and Herbert Simon. Decisions are not made by people, made by organizations, but by human beings behaving as members of organization. How do Barnard Simon conceptualize the relation between decision of individual employee and organizational authority? Yes. Can you understand this question? what you will write in this? कुछ भी basically question is demanded that first you write ki yes, that organizations, so human beings, because they have talked about decision making in organization. So you will start with Simon, end with Barnard. Question का demand ऐसे है. So decision making, you will talk that how Simon considered that decision making is important in organization. People are doing nothing but making decisions. This, let's say, is operational, middle, and policy level decisions, and that decides ultimately efficiency. Yes, that decision making can be applied in the context of how authority is exercised, which they have explained in their acceptance theory of authority. In their acceptance theory of authority, they tell that the 4 conditions should be met. The 4 conditions should be met, you can say this. Those 4 conditions, one is that it should be intelligible. This, it should be intelligible, let's say that. Then it should be consistent with organization. This, consistent, and it should be compatible with individual interest and consistent with organizational interest. It means that people in organization take decisions of 2 types which Barnard told. One personal decision and another organizational decision. It means they recognize that people work in organization not only for organization but also for IAS preparation. Right. This. So people work in organization for what? Their own individual interest also and organizational interest, isn't it? Many people are preparing for IAS, but they are doing job also, isn't it? तो आपको क्या लगता है कि they do job in organization? Anyhow, so as soon as they get time off, what they do? So आजकल तो मान लो स्मार्ट वॉच पे भी यहाँ भी पढ़ सकते हो आप, isn't it? This, so that is how let's say कि they join. Like अगर आपको ज्वाइन करना है तो कुछ ऐसा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जहाँ पे काम नहीं है, मैं बता देता हूँ. सेंट्रल वाटर कमीशन, राइट. तो वैसे भी देश में वाटर है नहीं, तो कमीशन के पास क्या काम होगा, राइट. तो इसका ऑफिस बेरसराय में होता है, ठीक है. बेरसराय पास में पड़ता है, साउथ दिल्ली में. आप वहीं रह सकते हो, जॉब भी कर सकते हो और प्रिपरेशन भी कर सकते हो, isn't it? बस सेंट्रल वाटर कमीशन का रिकॉर्ड यही है. उसके सीईओ साहब ने भी तैयारी किया था बट उनका नहीं हुआ था. So you should know that people working organization for their personal interest also and organizational interest also. When you take decision, अब मान लो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बोलेगा कि कल से 12 घंटा काम करना है, बोलेगा नहीं सर मैं 8 ही घंटा करूँ, isn't it? If organization says that for next few days we have to work 12 hours, then his interest is affected because he has to prepare also, isn't it? He will say that no, I will work only for 8 hours. Yes. Just to tell in a rough way, this how you have to write it. Although this example you should not give, you should give some other examples. Work-life balance, many other, moonlighting. Moonlighting का example दे सकते हो. Are you aware about moonlighting? Yes. So moonlighting, let's say that thing, let's say people are going to organization but they are also doing some moonlighting, their personal interest, isn't it? This. So that way you can say related. There are individual also, organizational also. This, that is how they have shown in organization, means authority depends on acceptance rather than by position which was an innovation in their theory. However, it cannot be completely applied in case of public organization, because public organization authority should remain more of position based, as it has to have maintenance of stability, order and security. But their theory let us say influenced the field of organization theory in terms of understanding about organization and behavior, that how people behave in organization and how organizations can improve their efficiency. And that is how you have to write. So, this way question, it is a complex question, right? It is a bit complex question. Some questions are complex. Yes, this question. That this question is asked again and again. It has been asked 2 to 3 times, you should know that. So, Chester-Barnard model of contribution satisfaction equilibrium is still considered a logical model of organizational motivation. Can you say this? Do you agree? Give arguments. Is it a logical model? What is logical in it? What? Who both? Organization and employees. This. Anything else? Right. So, when we say this, basically you have to write it is a logical model because he gave 8 different types of motivational factors. 8 different types of motivational factors, that you will write first. And thereafter, let us say that you tell how it is logical, because those 8 factors show that human motivation is complex. Human is motivated by several factors, not mono-motivational factor like economic man. That aspect you can consider. Plus, in organization there should be equity factor, equilibrium, there should be equity between contribution satisfaction. So, that has been explained, and that is how from that perspective it can be considered as motivational, logical motivational theory. However, you will say that, however, he was not trying to formulate a motivation theory, he was trying to formulate an organization theory. And in that organization theory, he incorporates motivational processes. Contribution satisfaction equilibrium model is more of a theory to explain how organization can achieve efficiency rather than a theory to simply explain motivation. This you should understand. His motive is not to only explain motivation. His motive is to explain how organization can achieve efficiency. That was his broader objective. That should be your view when you write about this question. Yes. And if you Barnard posits zone of indifference as human condition that animates authority relationship and cooperation in modern organization. It's a simple question. You can write about that concept. Then this Barnard functions of executive rejected social in the study of organization. Injected social. What is that social? Right. Then explain how greater role executive is expected to play than manage it. So will be able to answer. Later you will understand basically manager, executive, leader, when we will take leadership topic, there you will understand it. As of now it is difficult to understand. If you understand, it is good. But social is what social? What is he injected social? Right. Social organization is cooperative social system. So social indicates here the dynamic aspect, let's say that. So social is related to human, social is related to people. Right. He considers organization as a dynamic entity when he defines two or more people, conscious coordinating activities of two or more people, person. That way you have to relate. Then organization is cooperative social system. Three limitations of organization: social, biological and physical. He introduced that factor, you should know that. That is how you should write on this. This we have already answered. These are, executive positions imply a complex morality and require a high capacity of responsibility. Responsibility factor we have highlighted. Right. You have to develop, as of now it is difficult, it is again related to leadership. So when you will develop more understanding on leadership, then you will be able to answer this question. Right. So this is what related to these questions. Now let's take next.